Many of us communicate without thinking. It is something we often take for granted. Most of the time, communication is an automatic response that is determined by our previous life experiences. Communication and relationships are at the heart of all that we achieve together as communities. It is through our connection and sense of belonging that we define ourselves, and through our relationships that we help shape the sort of society that we live in. What if we could learn and develop more effective ways of communicating with each other? What if we put building a sense of connection and belonging central to everything we do? What if we saw people as the solution to their own problems? Restorative practice describes a way of being, an underpinning ethos which enables us to build and maintain healthy relationships, resolve conflicts, and repair harm when relationships break down. Restorative practice is a relational framework. This means building a strong culture that fosters belonging over exclusion, social engagement over control, and meaningful accountability over punishment. The restorative approach commits us to valuing all people equally, building and maintaining a sense of connection and belonging, appreciating that although words and actions may be an issue, the person is never the problem. It helps us focus on solutions and listen to understand before wanting to be understood, ensuring where decisions affect people, they understand the reasons why decisions have to be made and are part of finding the solution. One of the key understandings of becoming restorative is to separate the person from the behavior, the act from the actor. That although words and actions may be a problem, the person is not the problem. Adopting this approach enables far more open communication and usually quicker resolution to collectively determined solutions. The restorative approach really focuses on solutions rather than problems, on the future rather than the past. A person acting restoratively will remember that the individual is always worthy of supreme respect. When relationships break down, traditional thinking can focus on creating punitive patterns of talk, blame, punishment, and retribution, seeking answers to questions like, what rule has been broken? Who is to blame? And what punishment is required? Restorative practice asks a different set of questions. What has happened? What harm has been done to relationships? And what needs to be done to make things better and move things forward? The priority is creating the conditions where learning about responsibility to others is created by giving a voice to all those involved, where people choose to change by working with rather than doing to or doing for. In April of 2015, a multifaceted project was begun in northeast Lincolnshire that involved the council and its staff, as well as pupils and staff from local schools. What all these organisations and individuals had in common was a desire to make a difference and improve relationships and understanding between everyone involved. Rather than being a project aiming to change people, it was the sharing of a philosophy that enabled people to change themselves. The ultimate aim being to enable people to take positive action and to create stronger communities. Within the schools, the restorative approach means a greater emphasis is placed on relationship building and creating a sense of belonging to a community. Practically, this means circle time. Students and staff sit in a circle with no barriers, taking the time to actively listen to each other. This approach builds positive social connections, helping pupils and staff to feel that it is okay to be themselves and to be valued for who they are. Developing social awareness in this way reduces levels of disruption and stress. An established community circle also becomes a powerful forum to resolve conflict and learn about responsibility. Outcomes in schools show us that using these techniques enable teachers and students to work more successfully together, reducing antisocial behavior and resolving disputes more effectively. Schools notice reductions in low-level disruptive behavior, some as much as 73%. And in addition, there are increases in attendance levels. Where restorative practice has been adopted in council organisations and teams, staff and service users report that they feel more listened to and that their opinions and ideas matter. When communication creates a context of working with people rather than doing to them or for them, a want to and choose to environment emerges. Being restorative is not always easy. It requires us to continually reflect on how we are communicating with other people. It forces us to question our own behavior, to ensure we are consciously deciding to act rather than the somewhat unconscious approach of simply reacting. Restorative practice requires us to always ask, are we making an environment where people can grow and develop? As a philosophy, it is both demanding and empowering, and really has the power to change everyone's lives for the better. If you are interested to know more about restorative practice and how it can help you or your organization, you can find out more information at the following websites.